Hello everyone, my name is Achila Yona, and I just want to take the time out of my day to say I'm so proud of y'all. Some of you may not know, but I'm the owner and founder of Shop Originally, and I've been getting so many DMs from y'all guys asking about genealogy and what you can do to, overcome roadblocks or, whatever. And I'm so proud of y'all. Like, usually there are so many so-called black people that would just take a DNA ancestry test and be like, okay, I know who I am. That's it. But honestly and truthfully, DNA ancestry tests do not prove your origins. And I'm so tired of people coming to our page trying to debate us about the information we post, saying and talking about DNA ancestry tests when it's been proven that it's for entertainment purposes only. And I always ask ourselves to think about this question. How is it that you are able to use a DNA ancestry test to join an African, country, get citizenship in an African country, but yet you can't use a DNA ancestry test to join an American Indian nation? Okay, and you can look that up for yourself. Okay, and remember, it's a whole difference between DNA ancestry test and DNA paternal or maternal test. Okay, because obviously we are in the days of technology where you can know who the mother and father is, but however, we all have over a million ancestors, you guys. Okay, and remember, America was heavily colonized and going through heavily genocide. So we don't know all the tribes that were in America, prior to Columbus, because of history being rewritten, people being reclassified, people dying, people being sold off into slavery, people being killed, people being sex trafficked. You get the memo, right? Okay. So I say all this to bring it into conclusion that if you know the truth, it's because you got yourself here. Okay? I made this t-shirt Land Back because I saw a different version of it, and I thought that was really cool, except it's not really true to our existence here in America. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge and accept that so-called black people, or should I say black American people to be more specific, were here in America prior to Columbus. And people will argue that it was Africans, or it was just a set of indigenous people, like me, being reclassified and stuff. But I mean, either way it go, Aboriginal nations from all over the world, knew about each other. So, like, we had all kinds of people coming to America, trading with us, just mixing with us. So it's all over the place. But however, it's one thing for certain. There were a set of so-called black people here in America, here even before modern day natives. And a lot of people don't like to acknowledge that, but it's just the facts. It's just the facts. It's the truth. It's known scientifically, it's known historically, it's even known through oral history. Okay, so if you don't know that, then now you know. And there's so many sources, there's so much information out there, y'all have to look things up. You can't just take things at face value. And as quick as you are quick to say, oh, what you're saying in this video is not true, how quick were you when the pale man was telling you about yourself? How quick was you to say no and no and no when it was telling you about your origins without even knowing you from a can of paint? Okay. Now, obviously, not everyone that is called black is from America, but however, black American people, a lot of people that are now called black American actually do have indigenous American roots. But however, with good reason and judgment, you have to research your genealogy to find that out yourself. Okay? And paper genocide is a big telltale sign that your family has went through paper genocide, of course, and that they could have been indigenous. Okay? So, and I'm saying could have because I don't know you. Okay? And if you know you are indigenous, great. Obviously, I'm talking to you. But if you don't know you're indigenous, or you suspect that you are indigenous, but you don't know, obviously research. Okay? Because I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me and people who are like me and going through the same battles of me. So I just want to get that out the way, because people like to play word semantics. And I'm going to tell y'all right now too, as the CEO and founder, I don't play damn semantics, because we go through so many names: black, negro, colored, Indian, Indios, Mexican. It's just so many different names and nationalities, we go through, and being called. So when I use different words, it's to trigger you, to make you be like, okay, is she really talking to me though? Because I do suspect that I do have indigenous ancestry, but I never really acknowledged it. Or, well, I had a grandma or grandpa that talked about being indigenous, but I never paid attention to them because we black and they just don't want to claim that they black. And yes, I used to be that type of person that would go toe to toe with my elders if they didn't want to claim to be African. But guess what? When I did my own genealogy, I had to end up apologizing. And the sad part is, they passed away before I could apologize to them for being so out of line and disrespectful when it came to our own identity. You don't want to disrespect people that obviously know more than you and understand the family lineage more than you. Okay? So if you're one of those people that are angry with your elders because they don't claim to be African, I'm gonna need you to chill that out right now. Okay? Learn from my experience. Don't talk mess. Like, listen, and if you feel like you can debunk that information, I challenge you to, because who knows, they may actually be telling you the truth. My grandma, before she passed away, she told me that her uncle was from like the Ishuk tribe. And yes, y'all, I thought she was lying, because I'm like, they ain't no Native American tribe that start with an E. And I told her to spell it, and y'all, she spelled it. She said I-S, and I'm like, she over here lying. I was tuning her out. But y'all, that's really how you say it. And that's actually that's the real name we called ourselves. And I'm just like, dang. And I found this information out a year or two after she passed away. So I feel really, silly and bad for coming at her for knowing her indigenous roots and heritage. So that's why I make this video telling y'all these things, because knowing your roots is more about being egotistical, and more about who's right and wrong. A lot of people like to come onto this page to debate information instead of just taking the information we told them, research it, and then go from there. Because it's hard to say um, what is and what ain't if you don't know. Okay, so shout out to everyone that is out there researching their genealogy. I love y'all. I am so proud of y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. You are doing a great job. If no one has not told you, you heard it from me. I love you and I'm proud of you. Okay? Yokoki, thank you. Yokoki, thank you. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Shopperigity. Deuces.